Government corruption has never been more prevalent or caused more harm. It's why extremism is on the rise. It's why the financial gap between the haves and have-nots has never been wider. And it's why our planet is at risk of an extinction level tragedy. That's why I need your help to keep exposing the truth about the rot on both sides of the aisle. Become a supporter or a friend of the show today by clicking on the coffee link in the description box below. Friends of the show join me on a Zoom hangout once a month, and you guys can ask me any questions you want, and I can get to know you better. But the most important reason to help is to keep the show alive. Together, we can and will save our country and our planet. Thanks in advance and enjoy the show. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Plants and Politics. So, holy cannoli, Italian Batman. Today's witness was a 26-year-old woman who has more strength and courage than pathetic grown-ass men. That's the biggest takeaway. Cassidy Hutchinson was the lone in-person witness today. She was an aide and an advisor to Donald Trump's chief of staff, Mark Meadows, and she was a special assistant to Donald Trump. Her office, by the way, was situated right in between them, right in the hallway between Trump and Meadows. And she heard everything, either directly or from others with direct contact with Trump. So first, let me share the biggest bombshells. Number one, Mark Meadows and Rudy Giuliani each requested pardons. Number two, Trump knew that his supporters had weapons that day on January 6th, including AR-15s and Glocks, and he didn't care because he said they weren't there to hurt him. The third biggest revelation and bombshell was that Trump and others appear to be engaged in witness tampering. So here are the details, and here's what else we discovered in today's hearing. Hutchinson and other White House officials all confirmed that Trump had planned to go to the Capitol in advance of January 6th. This is a crucial piece of evidence because Trump is trying to say that, oh, this was all last minute. This wasn't a planned attack at the Capitol. This wasn't, planned to attack lawmakers. Nothing was done in advance. This was all spur of the moment, just on a whim, he mentioned to go down to the Capitol. No. In fact, Hutchinson confirmed that she walked Rudy Giuliani out to his car on January 2nd. And when she did, he told her, quote, "We're going to the Capitol. And Trump is going to look powerful." And Hutchinson also said that as January 6th neared, and whenever Rudy Giuliani was around, she would hear the words Proud Boys and Oath Keepers mentioned. She didn't say specifically what they were saying. I don't think she was paying that close of attention, is the feeling that I got. She also said that at various times, she heard Giuliani, Meadows, and Congressman Scott Perry talking about what Trump would do when he went to the Capitol on January 6th. So these are the same three people, or three of many people, who all allegedly asked for pardons. Coincidence? And Meadows, as we all now know, he got like $1 million for his foundation after leaving the White House? Quid pro quo, hush money. What do you think? And when Hutchinson went to Meadows, she went to him and she asked him about Trump going to the Capitol on January 6th. He said to her, quote, "Things might get real bad on January 6th. So he knew exactly what might happen, and he didn't give a damn. And Meadows wasn't the only one who anticipated this trouble on the 6th, because Hutchinson said that there were numerous people who advised Trump against going to the Capitol or against urging his supporters to do so. This was in advance. One of these people was White House counsel Pat Cipollone. On January 3rd, he warned of, quote, serious legal concerns. That's what he told Hutchinson. And he asked her to please speak with Mark Meadows about his concerns. And then on January 6th, Cipollone reiterated his concerns to Hutchinson. And he warned her that by Trump going to the Capitol, it opened him up to charges of obstructing justice, obstructing the electoral count, and inciting violence. All of these concerns, by the way, were also passed along to Trump either directly or through his chief of staff, Mark Meadows. We also discovered today that the White House was directly warned of potential violence on January 6th. This was in advance, and they did nothing to stop it. They did nothing to discourage it. But what actually went down on January 6th leading up to the violence, at the rally that Trump held, and then also at the Capitol, it was just unreal. So here's the deal. Here's what went down. As officer reports were filtering in and Secret Service agent reports were filtering in, they were submitting reports via radio. They were warning everyone, saying Trump supporters have guns, they have knives. They said that they saw someone with what appeared to be an AR-15 sticking out of the bottom of their jacket. They had pepper spray, they had gas masks, spears that were fashioned to the tip of their flagpoles. They had combat gear on. The head of Trump's security detail, a man named Tony Ornato, he went to Meadows to warn him. Now, Hutchinson accompanied him into Meadows' office. And she said that Meadows was sitting on the couch. He's just flipping through his phone. He didn't even bother to look up from his phone when Mr. Ornato was telling him this. She said, basically, he just sat there scrolling, didn't seem to care. And then when they were like, "Are you listening?" he had no reaction. And then he was like, "Oh, well, did you tell Trump?" And Ornato said yes. So he confirmed he directly warned Trump about this. We also found out that Trump apparently was very pissed off before he went on stage at the Ellipse because there was open space in the area that was reserved for people to come and see his rally at the Ellipse. We all know how Trump, he hates the optics of that, of people not being packed in to see him. So the Secret Service agents were briefing him, and the Secret Service agents said, "Look, not everybody wants to come in because a lot of these people are carrying weapons." That's what they were finding as they were coming through the metal detectors. So other people were saying, "Oh, well, I don't want to come into that area because I don't want my weapons taken away." They didn't want to walk through the metal detectors and have their weapons confiscated. So Trump said he didn't care. He ordered them to remove the metal detectors because he said, quote, "They're not here to hurt me." And then Trump also told them, "Let my people in." And he told them that after his speech, quote, "they can march to the Capitol." So he knows they have weapons. He's like, "No, I don't care. Let them in. I want them close to me." It's almost as if he knew why they had the weapons and that he wasn't in danger, right? Because any other normal, rational person would say, "Oh my God, people with weapons, they could be here to assassinate me." It's almost as if he had advanced knowledge of why all these people had weapons, right? And who they were and who they actually posed a danger to.